We are now just under 5 months away from the official release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the real exciting aspect of Episode 9 is the fact that J.J. Abrams is going to be creating a lot of revelations in this film that's really going to make us view the originals and the prequels in a different light, as well as introducing a lot of Star Wars Legends material that will be used as inspirational source material in order to tell a very original and unique story, where a lot of that EU content will now be made canon in a different way. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions and one of the plans by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ, and crew, this is where things begin to get very intense between both Rey and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Rey traveling to the Lost City, where it's described that she eventually reaches a place called the Lake of Dreams, where she begins to sense a familiar presence that she felt during her time on Jakku. This presence is said to be of the Force ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's said that during the rewrites of the film, George Lucas and J.J. Abrams wrote into the second act of the film of giving Rey a vital connection to Obi-Wan Kenobi that would be crucial to the story that would change how fans view the original trilogy. Additionally, it's described that George Lucas proposed Rey to use the same moves that Kenobi used in Episode 3 during her fight against Kylo Ren in the film. Additionally, it's described that eventually in the film, it's unveiled that Kenobi has been watching over Rey during her time on Jakku, and that the line of "These are your first steps" from Star Wars Episode 7 will be expanded and explained in the upcoming film. It's said that in the third act, there is a huge revelation between Kenobi and Rey that is set to take fans by surprise. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and why these really are big hints and or indicators of Rey being related to Kenobi and or Rey being the granddaughter of Obi-Wan himself, the Jedi Master. Now, what I like about this is that this was, of course, a big adjustment during the rewrites of 2018. In case you guys did not know, there were a lot of rewrites that took place during those months of November and December in order to fully adjust the second and third acts, and in order to also add in a lot of new revelations and twists and turns that would actually change how we view the past 8 films. So one of the things that really stands out to me a lot, actually, is how George Lucas wrote in a very vital connection between both Rey and Obi-Wan Kenobi that's going to make us view the original trilogy in a different light. And not just that, it's explained that eventually in the film it will be explained that Obi-Wan was actually watching over Rey for many years during her time on Jakku. So that's a very interesting side of Star Wars there, if you think about it. You know, when we look at everything here, you know, adding up to the character of Rey, there definitely is a reason as to why she has that specific accent. We also know that, you know, only Daisy Ridley was given that accent. She was always wondering why, you know, Finn couldn't just use his regular British accent. You know, John Boyega, I don't know if you guys knew, but he's actually a British guy. He has a British accent, and he pulls off an American accent in, of course, The Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi, and The Force Awakens. So a lot of people are always thinking that maybe there is a reason as to why Daisy Ridley kept her actual British accent in this movie because of ties to either Obi-Wan or Palpatine. But I digress. The thing that really stands out to me a lot as well is how eventually it's going to be unveiled in the film that during her time on Jakku that she felt the actual presence of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So once she goes to the Lake of Dreams within the Lost City, she feels the same exact power that she felt during her time on Jakku. Not only that, we do know that Palpatine was also watching over Rey during her time on Jakku and initiated some of the powers within Rey herself. So we also know that Episode 9 is going to have a lot of twists and turns, especially in the third act of this film, that's going to make us, you know, turn our heads and scratch our heads and go, what in the world just happened here? Because J.J. Abrams is a man of creating a lot of mystery when he starts off his projects, and then he likes to open up the boxes, right? He likes to show us exactly what that mystery really was. And a lot of people would argue about J.J. Abrams' take on the mystery box, on whether or not it's a good or a bad approach. The only fear that I do have at the very end of Episode 9 is whether or not this movie is going to be a cliffhanger. I'm just hoping and crossing my fingers that it's not going to be a cliffhanger where it won't actually be picked up where, kind of similar to Lost or any other franchise that J.J. Abrams has worked on, some of which he did the same exact thing that he did with Lost. A lot of people didn't necessarily like the ending of Lost because of how ambiguous it was and how it really was leaving you asking yourselves a lot of questions. Hopefully, this does not apply to the Star Wars franchise, because it seems like that type of ending is meant for a TV series or something around those lines more so than a big franchise like Star Wars. To me, I think that we need full closure in Episode 9. We need closure to the actual Skywalker saga and know exactly what the future is going to be at the very end of Episode 9. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night.